Good morning, children. This is second video of fourth chapter, Thinkers, Beliefs and Buildings. And here you are saying the two pictures of the great, remarkable human being who discovered a way of achieving true wisdom, compassion and freedom from suffering. So you must have understood that we are going to discuss and study about the life history of Lord Mahavir and Gautam Buddha. Dear children, you must be knowing about the first republic state in India, that was Vaishali. So Vaishali was known in Prakrit language Vajji. Vajji was considered as the name of Vaishali in Prakrit language, and Vaishali was the first confederation of 8 clans. It was considered as the republic in India. So why we are mentioning here the Vaishali and the 8 federation? Because Lord Mahavira Swami was born in Ikshwaku clan dynasty in Kundalpur, Bihar state in 599 to 527 BCE. So where he was born? He was born in Ikshwaku dynasty in Vaishali clan in Bihar state 599 to 527 BCE. His father Siddharth was a king and his mother was Trishala. Some text reveals that he got married with a girl Yashoda and they had a daughter Priyadarshana. But some text reveals that he refused to get married. So though the basic philosophy of Jaina was already in existence in North India, before the birth of Bardhaman Mahavir, 23 Tirthankars were there. First, the name of the first Tirthankar was Risavnath, and 23rd Tirthankar was Parsvanath. Mahavir became the 24th Tirthankar. So what does it mean, the Tirthankar? Tirthankar does it mean teachers. So teachers who the men and women, teachers who guide men and women across the river of existence. So the Tirthankars were the teachers. Now the philosophy of Jainism. The most important idea in Jainism is that the entire world is animated. As you are watching the animated film, animated videos, animated cartoon films, so what happens in that, the pictures are put in a form of action. So according to Jain philosophy, said that all the human beings, all the plants, animals, planets, even the rocks have life, and they are put in action by the supernatural power, the God. So the first philosophy, the central philosophy of Jainism, that is the world is an animated film created by the God. The second one, that is the non-injury to living beings and especially to humans, animals, plants and insects is the central to Jaina philosophy. Non-injury, अहिंसा किसी के साथ नहीं करना है. The third one, other important thing given in Jaina teaching, that cycle of birth and rebirth is shaped through karma. If we are doing a righteous work, then we will get rid of the cycle of birth and rebirth. If you are doing the wrongdoers, then we are trapped in the cycle of birth and rebirth. And karma, so good karma and the bad karma decided our fate, our fortune. So how can get rid of these cycle of birth and rebirth? So the central idea, how to achieve salvation. Salvation, does it mean mukti? तो ये साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ से छुटकारा पाने का एक ही आइडिया है, सेंट्रल आइडिया है जैनिज्म में, एस्केटिसिज्म एंड पेनांस, तपस्या. अगर हम तपस्या करें, इन सारी चीज़ों से, जो लग्जरियस चीज़ें हैं उनसे मोह भंग हो जाए, तो हम इस कर्म के चक्कर से और बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ के साइकिल से छुटकारा मिल सकता है. सो एस्केटिसिज्म एंड पेनांस आर रिक्वायर्ड टू फ्री वन सेल्फ फ्रॉम द साइकिल ऑफ कर्मा, एंड दीज कैन बी अचीव्ड ओनली बाय रिनाउंसिंग द वर्ल्ड. अगर आप वर्ल्ड को रिनाउंस करते हैं, छोड़ देते हैं, इनसे मुक्ति पा लेते हैं, जो लग्जरियस चीज़ें हैं वर्ल्ड की. इवन द जैना मॉन्क्स, दे गिव अप देयर clothes too. So renouncing the world luxurious things, the one can achieve salvation. So therefore a monastic existence is a necessary condition of salvation, and salvation was the last achievement for the human being. So before going to monks and nuns, the people took 5 oaths that was ahimsa, to abstain from killing. Ahimsa was the central theme of Jaina's philosophy. Then the second one, aste. Aste does it mean no stealing. Then third one, satya. Satyanistha, as you know, that lying was completely denied and forbidden in the Jaina philosophy. Then the fourth one, that is brahmacharya, to observe celibacy. And the fifth one, that is aparigraha, to abstain from possessing property. So these are the 5 vows that has to be observed by Jaina monks and nuns. Gradually, Jainism spread to many parts of India, and Jaina scholars produced a wealth of literature in a variety of languages: Prakrit, Sanskrit and Tamil. So in 3 languages में जैना लिटरेचर जो है वो कंपाइल्ड किए गए, कंपोज किए गए थे, मैनुस्क्रिप्ट बनाए गए थे. And for centuries, manuscripts of these texts were carefully preserved in libraries attached to temples. तो पहले तो ऐसी लाइब्रेरीज होती नहीं थी, लेकिन हर टेम्पल में ऐसे कुछ लाइब्रेरीज होते थे जहाँ मैनुस्क्रिप्ट्स को प्रिजर्व किया जाता था. तो बहुत सालों तक, सेंचुरीज तक ये सारे मैनुस्क्रिप्ट इन टेम्पल्स में, लाइब्रेरी में रखे रहे. और आफ्टर प्रोवाइडिंग द पेपर फ्रॉम ईरान, आफ्टर गेटिंग पेपर फ्रॉम ईरान 1500 years ago, the Jaina texts were compiled in गुजरात, बल्लभी गुजरात में एक जगह है जहाँ पे ये सारा कंपाइलेशन हुआ, और अब हमें एक ग्रंथ के रूप में, टेक्स्ट के रूप में वी कैन अचीव इट. Now the second one, that is Gautam Buddha, the quest of Buddha. So we can say that after the complexity of Vedas and Brahmanical text, Buddhism was the most influential teachings of the time of time to achieve enlightenment. So over the centuries, Buddha's message was spreaded in the subcontinent and beyond. So here you will see the map where the Buddhism spreaded. There question arise that why Mahabir and the Jainism and Buddhism both were flourished and developed in India in the same time period, in the similar time period, but Jainism was not spreaded beyond India, beyond this subcontinent, and Buddhism spreaded and flourished almost half of the world. So here you will say the ways it was originated from here, the Patliputra, Rajgrihi and Vaishali. This is the location of Vaishali, the first republic, and here you will see the arrows indicated that how the Buddhism and Buddhism spreaded all over the world. And here you will see the different Nepal, Tibet in slide, so we can see clearly here. See here India, this was the place of Vaishali, and after India this China spreaded, China, Mongolia, then Korea, Japan, then Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia, Burma, Laos, Bangladesh, Bhutan. So the entire half of the world was covered by this spiritual teachings, and it was known as the Buddhism. So we can say that in comparison with Jainism, the Buddhism was most popular because of, what was the reason? Because of the Samrat Ashok, we can say that. So over the centuries, Buddha's message was spreaded in the subcontinent and beyond, and historians have tried to reconstruct details of his life from hagiography. So what is hagiography? Hagiography, as like if you are writing your own life history and life sketch, then it will be considered as the autobiography. So as like the saint's autobiography and saint's Jivani is considered as the hagiography. Saints, monks, Jivani is considered as the hagiography. So historians have also tried to reconstruct details of his life from hagiography, and many of these were written down at least a century after the time of the Buddha. So in the Buddha life, no text was compiled and composed, and after the century of Buddha's life, the different ideas and the teachings was reshaped by the historians, and it was written down in the form of text. So attempt to preserve memories of the great teacher. According to these traditions, Siddhartha, as the Buddha was named at birth, was the son of a chief of the Sakya clan, and the Mahavir belonged to a Ikshwaku clan, and Buddha belonged to a Sakya clan. Sakya clan, it was also the clan of Vaishali Ganrajya. So according to these traditions, the Siddharth, the childhood name of Buddha, was the son of Suddhodhan, a chief of the Sakya clan. सुद्धोधन, उनके पिता का नाम था सुद्धोधन, and वो शाक्य क्लान के चीफ थे. So in childhood, a सन्यासी proclaimed that no one could stop them to remain at home. जब वो छोटे थे, बचपन में ही एक सन्यासी ने ये प्रोक्लेम कर दिया था कि उन्हें घर में कोई रोक नहीं सकता और उनकी चरणों की धूल के आगे दुनिया नतमस्तक होगी. और जैसे ही उनके पिता, उनकी फैमिली ने ये सुना तो वो बहुत ही चिंतित हो गए. और सो हिज फादर प्रोवाइडेड हिम ऑल द लग्जरीज इन हिज पैलेस. एंड इन द अर्ली एज he got married with Yashodhara and had a son Rahul. But no one he persuaded his to remain at home. And one day he persuaded his charioteer to take him into the city. He deeply anguished when he saw an old man, a sick man, and a corpse. And this was the turning point in his life, the Buddha's life. So here you will see the important places related with Buddha. In map we will see, here you will see the Rajgrih, Nalanda, the Vaishali clan, Patliputra, then Kushinagar, where he got nirvan, जहाँ उनकी मृत्यु हुई थी और जहाँ उन्होंने मुक्ति प्राप्त की थी, शरीर जहाँ उन्होंने त्याग किया था. Then Sarnath, this is the place of Sarnath, where he met with the audience. फर्स्ट टाइम उन्होंने अपने उपदेश दिए थे जनता को सारनाथ में. दैट्स वाई दिस प्लेस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देन वाराणसी, सारनाथ इज नियर वाराणसी. देन कौसाम्बी एंड हियर कुशीनगर में उनको निर्वाण प्राप्त हुआ था. लुम्बिनी वॉज द प्लेस वेयर ही बॉर्न. एंड कौसाम्बी, श्रावस्ती, जहाँ उन्होंने जगह जगह जाकर के उपदेश दिए थे. सारे जगह, रोमटेक, तवांग, ये सारे मोनेस्ट्रीज़ हैं अभी हाल फिलहाल. एंड धर्मशाला, ये सारे मोनेस्ट्रीज एरिया हैं जहाँ बुद्धिज़्म को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से प्रिजर्व करके रखा गया है. मथुरा, दिल्ली, सांची, ऑल दीज प्लेसेस जहाँ पे बुद्ध के अवशेष जो स्तूप के रूप में रखे गए हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें यहाँ पे आपको दिखाई जा रही है, यहाँ पे हाईलाइट किया गया है. सो दीज आर द प्लेसेस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेसेस रिगार्डिंग द लाइफ ऑफ बुद्धिज़्म. Now we will see the Buddha's teaching. So he realized in that moment that the decay, when he saw three things, the dead body and the sick man and the old man, then he realized in that moment that the decay and destruction of the human body was inevitable. जो human body है उसका destruction निश्चित है. And he also saw a homeless mendicant, does it mean bhikshuk, who found peace and had no fear in terms with old age, disease and death. जब उन्होंने एक भिक्षु को देखा कि उसके चेहरे पर कोई भी ऐसी चिंता की लकीरें नहीं है कि उसे कल क्या खाना है या उसके ओल्ड एज के बारे में, डिजीज़ के बारे में उसके कोई चिंता नहीं है. Then he decided, Siddhartha decided that he too would adopt the same path. Soon after he left the palace and set out in search of his own truth. So Siddhartha explored several paths including bodily mortification which led him to a situation of near death. शुरुआत में उन्होंने बहुत ही ज़्यादा कठिन तपस्या की राह चुनी उन्होंने, और वो ऐसा हो गया कि कुछ मरने की कगार पे वो पहुंच गए थे. एंड आफ्टर, आपने सुनी होगी सुजाता की खीर. तो एक लड़की है जो ला करके उन्हें खीर देती है प्रसाद के रूप में और कहती है कि वीणा का तार जो होता है उसके जो वायर हैं उसको अगर आप जितना खींचोगे, अगर आप एक्सट्रीमली उसे टाइट कर देते हो तो उसमें से कोई सुर नहीं निकलेगा, वो टूट जाएगा. और अगर आप उसे इतना लीनियंट, इतना ढीला छोड़ देते हो तो उसमें से सुर नहीं निकलता. तो आपको मॉडरेशन पाथ, आपको मॉडरेट पाथ आपको अडॉप्ट करना है. तो उस लड़की की खीर खाने के बाद उनको ये ज्ञान प्राप्त हुआ और उसके बाद 12 ईयर्स तक वो बोध गया में एक पेड़ के नीचे मेडिटेशन करते रहे और उसके बाद उन्हें बोध गया में उस पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे उन्हें एनलाइटनमेंट उन्हें फील हुआ, उन्हें प्राप्त हुआ, अचीव किया उन्होंने. सो आफ्टर दिस ही केम टू बी नोन एज बुद्ध. सो बुद्ध का मतलब है द पर्सन हु अवेकन, and he was fully awoke. For the rest of his life he taught dhamma or the path of righteous living. और इसके बाद उन्होंने पूरे जीवन, इसके बाद हम बुद्ध के प्रिंसिपल्स एंड फिलोसफी के बारे में हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे. दैट्स ऑल इन दिस वीडियो.